Hi, Misha here, and also on behalf of Fox. Say hi, Fox.
Hey.
Kind of first video of the new year, and something people have been asking about. The Arsenal SAM5. There's apparently a situation where people are reporting overgassing, excess recoil, potential wear and tear on the bolt carrier, and even the back of the receiver. So we thought we'd run a few more mags through mine. This is the one I picked up back in 2020. And we're going to start off with Tula ammo and then kind of get a little warmer with Wolf and probably some brass case. So with that, since daylight's a bit of a limited commodity this time of year, we're going to dive in. Also first, if you could, like, share, subscribe, and if you'd like to help support us, check out the link over on Patreon. Alright, SAM5 with the Tula. Now we'll give it a go with somewhat warmer Wolf.
Just in case you're new to the channel or new to the SAM5, basic specifications. This is an import. It is manufactured in Bulgaria by Arsenal AD. Imported in a sporter compliant configuration. And then converted, giving it a pistol grip and ability to feed from standard mags by Arsenal Incorporated, Las Vegas, Nevada. Starting at the muzzle, we have a removable Arsenal muzzle brake on 14x1 left-hand threads. This is on a relatively lightweight profile, cold hammer forged chrome lined barrel. This fires 5.56 and 223. It has a 1-in-7 twist, chrome lined bore and gas system. It uses the 90-degree more modern style gas block. We have a bayonet lug under it, standard adjustable front sight. It has a standard length gas system with polymer handguards, heat shield, standard adjustable rear sight, relatively heavy duty thick top cover, side rail, standard Warsaw pack style, takes standard pistol grip. This has the enhanced so-called fine trigger. It's a single hook, although it does have the cutout for a double hook. And it takes standard AK Type 3 stocks. So one's ground stock bottom, two on the below. And it has a standard light style takedown. And of course, the biggest deal, it's on a machined receiver. This is a true machined receiver. Well, they say it takes them 5.5 hours to make it. They essentially start with a block of ordnance grade steel and whittle it down to shape. Flipping it over, and I can talk about controls. Like I said, it's a standard AK trigger. We have a standard AK safety. This one actually fits quite nice, not too tight, not too loose. Standard paddle mag release. It is the later squared off and dimpled style. Again, standard grip, standard furniture, standard reciprocating charging handle, non-lightning cut carrier. The firing pin is spring-loaded. Cleaning rod under the barrel. And finally, we do have a storage compartment in the stock for a standard cleaning kit, which this is kind of meant for backup emergency use, and believe it or not, that range day we needed it, but not for this gun. Different gun for a different video, but it's just handy to have stuff in here. And it does give a little counterweight to the stock. Easy enough to get in when you're not trying to do it one-handed when you're tired. Just push it in and then get your finger out before it gets bit. And of course it has a standard sling on it. there you go. Them's the basics.
Now I'll let Fox give it a go. So, real quick, first impression.
Man, pleasure to shoot. Didn't bounce me around. I really liked the way this brake kind of distributed. I don't know, maybe the muzzle, it just didn't bounce around a whole lot for 223. Honestly, a little bit more quieter and easier than the AR-15.
What do you think of the trigger?
Amazing. I love that flat trigger.
So you like the FIME enhanced?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll keep on, guys. Alrighty, SAM5 again.
As for feeding, this does have a standard double stack mag well. It does have lightning cuts inside here, which is nice. Fully machined out. And basically we have two types of mag today for these. At least from Arsenal. The black 30 round. These are second or third gen. The earlier ones, like I had with my original SAM5, actually had cutouts for stripper clips and weren't as clearly marked for their caliber. These are good. They have steel lugs and a steel frame and skeleton. And these are the mags we were using throughout the day at the range. But alternatively, we have the 20 round mags. And these tend to come in this translucent smoke. These are third generation translucent. Steel base plate. You do have steel lug in the front and back. But the skeleton, not so reinforced because again it's clear. Early ones had some issue with spider web cracking. Later ones, while maybe not as durable as the black, are a lot better. They used to also make a translucent 30 round, but right now you don't see them for some reason. And these are a little bit cheaper than these. I like both, honestly. Even though a lot of people don't like the 20s, I kind of do. One thing to note with polymer mags, when they're brand new, they do fit tight and maybe require a bit of wear in, but they will wear in. And some other 223 5.56 mags will fit. I've had good luck with, for example, Polish Beryl, but I'm sure there are others as well. But whenever you're looking at a 5.56 caliber AK, you have to think about its magazines because unlike the AK-47, AKM, AK-74, they are less standardized. Just food for thought.
SAM5 again. Now Fox with the SAM5 again. SAM5. And Fox SAM5 again. Alright, to end the day with the SAM5, we both are going to shoot a fully loaded 30 round mag and see if we can make it fail. I don't know about fail, but probably hot. And now Fox's last mag.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What a joy to shoot.
And both of us, we kind of did a hodgepodge of ammo in each mag, so that was a mix and match mag special. Alrighty, so we're losing daylight, and frankly we kind of not got tired of shooting this, but we put at least 300 rounds through it, maybe more. Again, time and energy today, guys. But we had 0 failures at all. And as you could probably tell by Fox's reaction, he liked it. We did try 4 different 30-round mags. No mag issues. They do fit tight when they're new. That's polymer for you. But of course, the whole hullabaloo about these has to do with peening, cracking, denting, whatever, storing in their sleep. So it's run fine, and by this point, this gun has had well over 1,000 rounds through it after today. Let's crack her open, see where the wear is, because I'm going to be honest with you. If any machine contains a controlled explosion, violent explosion for multiple hundreds of times, it's going to have wear and tear. But let's pop this open and see where it is inside.
Alrighty, we got her pulled apart because of YouTube. I don't want to take it apart on camera just in case. But here we go. And our tail is looking real good. Honestly, less dinging and peening than I expected. You know, we did our kind of favorite AKs video. Fox had his underfolder out, which admittedly he's put thousands of rounds through. He pulled his out, and his entire kind of bottom lip of his tail was, you know, flared out a bit. Not to the point it caused issues, but you could tell it was there. Note that the auto trip is machined off because this is an import. And again, it has the paint finish. Let's look inside our receiver. There is some chatter here, or kind of flaring on the left side, not on the right back here. But that was honestly there, best I can recall, when it was new. Following it down. Of course, we have some dirt from the days of shooting. But I don't see any wear in the middle where it would have been struck by the carrier itself. Honestly, seems fine. It obviously has some wear and tear because it's no longer new. Been shooting it for a while, but nothing super duper alarming jumps out at me for a gun with over 1,000 rounds through it. But I think mostly what people are seeing are this tail flares out and then kind of locks up in the back. I will say we fired it enough that this was kind of sticky with just burnt, spent powder residue that had kind of collected in the back here thanks to the top cover. So once I brushed it out, it's fine. Yeah, not really seeing much there of note aside from some honest wear, I'd say. But with that, let's compare it with a couple of other arsenals that have also seen roughly the same number of rounds or more. For context comparison, we have the SAM7R. Like the SAM5, it is a fixed stock, import, machined receiver, 16-inch barrel, but it's in 7.62 by 39. Also, we have, of course, the SARPK5, which is in 5.56, like the SAM5, but it's obviously in the RPK barrel length, and more importantly, it's one of the U.S. assembled guns, so on a receiver that was finished out in the USA, although it is still a milled and machined receiver. So, little same, little difference, and both of these have had a goodly number of rounds through them. Not 10,000, but over 1,000, I really don't know. Let's dig in, take a look. Looking at the carrier tail here, it's quite clean. There's a small amount of flaring or peening on the left side here, but nothing crazy. And then looking inside the receiver, you will notice on this one, or I can point out too, there is some rough edging on the sides here, kind of like we saw on the SAM5. It's just, I think, leftover stuff from either the original machining, or it could be from the conversion process when they bring these over. Yeah, there's a little bit of burr on the sidewall here, especially on the left, a little bit on the right. I don't think that's from wear and tear. I think that is from... I think my camera too agrees we've had enough of a long day. But yeah, there's some kind of chatter and whatnot. Remember, these are machined out on an assembly line, especially the imports. And they work. It's an AK. I don't know that I would expect machining perfection from an AK. Personally, I more look to how they run. And again, we're looking at inside stuff. The outside of these, they're quite nice. Of course, it has the side rail too. Well, let's look at our RPK. One thing that's been mentioned is that the SAM5 import receiver may be made differently in the back internally from the old SAM5 and the RPK5s here, because these were on receivers finished out in the USA. Keep in mind the SAM5 import is the first milled 5.56 gun we've had. And as you know, I've had this gun a number of years now. And again, I don't know how many rounds it's seen. Probably a couple of thousand. So let's crack her open. Looking at the rear of the carrier, very clean. It actually seems a little bit shorter back here, the tail. And it has just a small amount of peening on the right side. But nothing alarming. Notice again, because it is assembled here, it has the trip, because there's no reason to remove it on a kit. And then looking inside, it is cleaner back here, but I think that's just because these were, at the time, finished out basically by gunsmiths. The geometry and whatnot in the back. But even then, there's some chatter marks down here at the bottom. Actually, yeah, feeling down, there's more chatter marks on the sidewalls, even if the rear is cleaner. I don't know. Just different ways. So what do you think?
And we end back with me in front. So what do you think? I think at some point this might be a subjective take. Arsenal has said that they're still looking into it officially, but don't worry, these are all under warranty. So if you have a problem, let them know. They'll send you a call tag. They'll take care of it. They'll fix your gun. Yeah, they're not saying, oh, there's nothing here. So if you think you have a problem, that's what they said. So go with it as it is. For us, I've had this gun for over 2 years. It's been a very fun, reliable cycler, and pretty much eats any kind of ammo you want to toss in it. And after today, it's getting real smooth. Still not totally sold on this 5 trigger. I may put a double hook trigger in, because I think with a milled receiver meant for a double hook, that's maybe the way to go, and that might kind of alleviate some asymmetry in the hammer, but I don't think it's really hurting much otherwise. But what do you think? We'll hand it over to you.
Me back at the table one more time. We had no failures to feed, fire. We used Tula, and we used wolf, and we used some brass stuff that was kind of a hodgepodge mix. Probably some SIG and PMC in there, not sure. And I'll be honest, it was actually more fun to shoot than I remember. We've had a lot of 223, 5.56 AKs lately, like the Zastava M90, of course the Beryls, the WBP. So in somewhere along the way, this kind of got pushed to the back just because. But it's a lot of fun. I'm not sure how much this muzzle brake helps, but it doesn't hurt for sure. And it's nice that it's a full-featured import. Now, full disclosure, like I said, mine is one from 2020. It is entirely possible that the guns with issues are from a more recent run, 2021 or 2022. Or it could not be. The jury's a little bit still out. Easy way to tell, though, the date is in the serial number. If it has something 60, that's 1920. Well, sorry, 2020. 61 is 2021. 62 is 2022. And of course, now that we're into the new year, 63 will be 2023. But keep in mind, it usually takes months, even sometimes a year, for a gun made in Bulgaria, because the serial number is applied pretty early on, to get all the way over here and get converted. So it's entirely possible to buy a new gun and it'll have a 21 dated receiver, just based on how things work. But no, we had honestly a lot of fun with it. I think we brought 4 mags out that day. All 4 mags worked well, and it, like Fox said earlier, it didn't bounce around. It was a very smooth shooting gun. He likes this trigger. I'm a little less persuaded by it, but, you know, to each their own. Let's wrap things up. Here's just the bolt group in to show you. I'm going to do my best here just to show you movement. Yeah, no stickiness or anything. If anything, it's smoother than it was. And here it is with the recoil guide in. Yeah, no problems there either.
Yeah, we had to kind of stop there. Our New Year's party starting. So, as always, if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to help support us as we move into 2023, check out the link to our Patreon page. Well, we just finished one type of celebrating, and now that the fairer sex is here, we're going to all hang out and have some food and drinks and festivities. And also on behalf of Fox, wishing you a happy New Year. And I wanted to end by saying we will probably take a short little gap in January just to kind of finish reviewing guns, catch our breaths, but we won't be gone very long at all. A week, maybe 2 on the outside. But don't go away. We will definitely be right back. And hope this video was satisfying, because so many people ask about the whole Arsenal SAM5 situation. This is Misha, and say hi, Fox.
Bye, Fox.
We'll catch you very soon next time.